Good morning and welcome to our early Facebook Live today. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley in Northamptonshire in the UK. And I do Facebook Lives with my crafting Monday through to Thursday. And normally Tuesdays and Thursdays are at 7 p.m. in the evening, and Monday and Wednesday sessions are at 10 in the morning. On Tuesday evening once a month we have a local team meeting where I gather together with some of our team, and that consists of people doing the same thing that I am. A lot of them are hobby demonstrators, so they are purchasing the products at a discount, but you can still do that as a demonstrator. You don't have to be demonstrating. You're most welcome just to buy the products at a discount from the retail price throughout the year. So our monthly meeting falls on Tuesdays, and it would be this evening at 7 p.m. So I brought today's session forward for Facebook Live till this morning, just to make life a little bit easier. And so today we are using two of the products from our SaleA-Bration brochure, which you can get for free between now and the end of February. So today is Tuesday the 8th of February, and this set is called, as you can see, Friendly Hello, and this consists of a stamp set but also a pack of papers that coordinate with the set itself. And so I thought I would use this. This is what we've been using for our coffee and card sessions on Friday and Monday. Morning, Brenda. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm just trying to find me on my, oh there we are, on my phone to make sure I can see the comments if I can't see them on the computer. So as you can see, the stamp set consists of some nice sentiments. I like this. Hope you have the best birthday. You have my love and support as well, and then hello friend. And if you wanted to, you could just stamp the hello or just stamp the friend. And then we've got some outline images as well as some full images. So we have this set of flowers, we have these leaves, this useful set of leaves, some dots, and then a smaller bunch, a smaller set of flowers and leaves, and then this beautiful little bird, and then some smaller floral images as well. So really fun little set. It's photopolymer, so it makes it really easy for positioning, as you can see. Stop that one from getting away. And it has some coordinating papers, which I've already cut up because I was using these for coffee and card. So these papers come as 12 by 12 inch papers. I'm going to move that out of the light. And as you can see, there is an assortment of them. Now, some of them have printed outline images and some of them don't. So, for example, this one here doesn't have a printed outline image, but this element here matches the stamped image. So you can stamp onto this if you wish, either directly in line, or what you can do is just stamp over it randomly, so just using the backing. And this is a really good way of using any designer paper that you may have. So if you've got some 12 by 12 paper with an all over design, not necessarily this one, then you could just find an outline stamp and stamp over it. Now these have been stamped over in, well, these have been printed with black, but I think you could get away with any dark colour. You could use a night of navy, you could use of course early espresso. So some of these are plain, and you can see here I've been printing on them, and some of them have got an all over printed design. So for example, this one here I've stamped the flowers onto, and then on this one, which is the same piece underneath, I've stamped those little almost like rosebuds across them. So we just had a little bit of fun working with these. So as I say, some of them are stamped. This one is one of my favourite, and I've taken it from this one, which is still really pretty, to this by adding that little flower stamp. So if you've got existing small stamps, it's worth investigating, stamping those onto some of your own backing paper that you may have. So the colours in here, we've got fresh freesia, we've got granny apple green, we've got petal pink, and then we've got a mix of those colours here. So this has got the granny apple green, petal pink, fresh freesia and garden green. So these papers, as I say, you can get for free. They come as a pack, so you get the papers and you get the stamp set when you place an order over £90 from any of our current catalogues. So, well, you know me, I tend to use early espresso, but it really depends on what you're stamping. So I think you could get away, for example, with Night of Navy on the blue, or you could use a gorgeous grape or something on the fresh freesia. So you can either have it as a complete contrast if you want it to stand out. Obviously, it doesn't have to be a line image either. You could stamp a solid image as well. You could also stamp a sentiment all the way over. So there's all sorts of things that you could do with that. Oh, I didn't even recognise that piece because I've been looking at that one all the time. So this one, I've got rows of those little buds. Okay, so these were the two that I created in our coffee and card sessions. This one I put on a jaunty angle, and I've stamped onto some white and used a punch to punch that out. So I'll show you how I did that. And then this one I've put straight, as you can see, this is Pool Party, this colour, and just pop that straight onto those layers. So I thought what I'd do for this one is use that like that and show you how I stamped the flowers overlaid onto that. And what else was I going to do? Could use so something completely different. You could use that layer together. Actually, that would also work like that, and just have a sentiment on it. Too many choices now. Okay, let's have a little play. And I've got this one with the backing ready, and you can see I've punched out the starburst circle from the backing card so we can use that on the front. So let me grab a little piece of card to pop underneath. Let's move these out of the way. I'll also do one with this bird and punch that out because I just think that's just so sweet. Okay, it was nice and bright here. Let's open the blind a little bit. I don't actually need my big overhead light on, so that makes a change. So for the first one, let's stamp onto here, and I just want to show you how those flowers fit. So I just grab that from the set. Now you really don't have to make these line up at all if you don't want to. But can you see that this flower fits on that image? If I lift it up, probably see a little bit better. So there's the white image, and then this flower or set of two, hi Lynn, fits on top like that. So now what I would normally do is take the complete sheet and stamp all over it. This comes as a 12 by 12, but obviously I've cut this up already for coffee and card, so I'm just going to use the bits that I have got to hand, and just going to pop this straight over, and you can be as accurate as you wish. Okay, just looks so pretty. Look at the difference between that one and that one. You can see that. Just brings it alive, doesn't it? Not sure that's the same bit actually, so I'm just going to stamp that slightly off. There we go. This is a different flower, so it doesn't exactly fit, so I could do the same with this little corner if I want to. Just pop a little flower on there, and we also have the leaves that we can stamp on there. But what we could also do is just put some of the small flowers in, or this we've got this one here, and we've got some dots as well. Dots always useful, as you know. So let's just pop this one. Might be a little bit overkill, but I hope you're well, Lynn, my darling. Lovely to see you. So this is early espresso I'm using. Just going to stamp it onto here. Lovely crisp images from this set, like so. Let's just put some in here. So you could literally use any stamps you've got onto any backing paper, and you can really make the change. Let's see if I can find the... So here's one unstamped, apart from that corner. So you see the difference. I mean, it's a really pretty paper anyway, but that one just brings it to life. Let me just bring that up for you. So that's the plain one, and that's the one that I stamped. Okay, while I'm here, I'm going to add a little bit of detail onto this one. Let's just use this cute little stamp here. And you can literally just go all over. You don't have to be precise where it's going at all. And it just changes the look of the paper. And I do want to add those little dots, because I haven't used those little dots yet. Oh, bless you. Well, I'm glad you can do something hopefully nice while you're working through spreadsheets. Mind you, I know it's very satisfying though when you work through a spreadsheet and you get, you know, the finished result. Okay, so I'm just dropping those dots, as you can see, along there. And stamping on designer paper or even on plain card is perfect for people who don't like colouring in, because there's no need to colour that in. You've got the colour from the background as is. Okay, I feel I want to put something on this one, so I'm just going to add some more of these leaves. There we go. So you can completely change that look. So I've got two of those. And I think for this one, yes, I'm not quite sure. I've completely changed my mind as to what I was going to do. Hey ho. Right, let's stamp some sentiments on here using that same combination. So in the stamp set we have the best birthday. Hope you have the best birthday, that says. Oops. So this is just a piece of basic white card. So I'm going to stamp that, then add that little set of flowers, like so. I had a feeling I hadn't pressed it hard enough. And I'm just going to pop these, one here and one here, like so. And what I actually want to do is I want to use this fresh freesia piece because I haven't used that one yet. And there's a little gap here, so what I'm actually going to do is just stamp this in this little corner here. There we go, just so that fills that in. It's just the way that I happen to have cut it, and this one was pre-printed with the detail. So this is going to go onto there, and then I'm going to punch this out. So let's do that one first. All right, thank you, Brenda. Lovely to see you. Thanks for popping by. Okay, so I'm going to use, now this sadly is retired, the Starburst punch, but I'm going to punch it out of the centre of that panel so that our layer card of designer paper is going to go on top, and then I can use that as my edge for this piece here that I'm going to punch out, but I'm going to colour it in first. So I've got a fresh freesia pen. I've got a light and a dark, and I'm just going to colour in this element here. Now it's quite small and I've only just stamped it, so hopefully the ink will have dried enough. Just going to take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing, and just add in a little bit of this. Hopefully hopefully you can see that. So I'm just scribbling to colour it in, like so. Just going to add a little bit of the dark. So these are our blends alcohol markers, so perfect for colouring in, like so. And this is just on a piece of basic white, like so. And I might put a tiny little bit of yellow in the middle of that. Smallest amount. And I can't quite decide whether to put a bit of green in for the leaves, but what I might do, I think, is just add a small amount of a light crumb cake. So I don't want to introduce too many colours, but because I stamped this in an espresso, I can just use that to fill that in. There we go, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to punch this out. Now we have a limited number of punches available, so if you've got one already, you could also use a die to cut this out, and that could be a shaped die. It doesn't have to be a circle. Let's get the best birthday in the middle there, like that. Okay, so now what I can do is layer that onto there and pop it onto our base. The other thing you could do is add a little bit of interest with a blending brush if you wanted to. I don't think it really needs it because it's quite deep as it is, but let's just do a very little bit. So this is purple, but there's hardly anything there. So let's use our fresh freesia ink and pop that on. There we go. Just a little around the edges. And it is quite light, so I know you won't be able to see it from the camera angle, but there we go. So I'm going to pop that onto there, and I'll just use some glue. See what I've got to hand. Have it. So just centralising that on our circle behind, and that's the door. Just excuse me 1 minute. But who knows? I was here. Thank you. Right. Very kind. Apologies for that. Delivery from my lovely neighbour. Okay, so let's layer these up. So this is going to go onto there, and obviously I've got a hole in the middle. So all I'm going to do is put some glue around the edges of this piece so that for the minute I don't get glue everywhere over my work surface. Like so. that. There we go. And then this is going to go onto a note card. So here, I'm going to drop that onto there. And now I can put glue over the whole of this backing if I wish. I've picked up the glue that's in short supply. Let me try another one. Bit in the middle, so this is going to sit on that note card. Doesn't really matter which way it goes. That's a nice thing about an all over design, is you don't have to worry about it being a particular way up or not. And then this one I'm going to pop on with some dimensionals. Like so. Hi Sylvia, I hope you're well. I'm wondering if you've just come over from Sam, because I've got a feeling Sam does a Facebook Live Tuesday morning, so I might have collided with her slightly. Okay, so we're using the free stamp set and papers Friendly Hello from the SaleA-Bration catalogue, and this comes as a set, so you can't have one or the other, you will get both. So you could put this anywhere. I might do that just for a change. Just make sure that's nice and straight. That's better. And then we can add some bling to that. So I'm just going to fold this over and use my bone folder like so. And I'm also going to stamp that little flower, I think, on the inside. If I can find it again. There it is. So I could stamp it in fresh freesia on the inside. That would look quite nice. Might just do that. Just have this across this little corner here. So sweet. That might be the favourite, my favourite stamp in the whole set, which is a little bit crazy, isn't it? But there we go. Let's just stamp this one in here. There we go. So that's my inside. And while I'm here, I might as well do the birthday card envelope. Let's just pop this underneath. Like, see, I'm stamping on the base, so let's pop this one. I need to move it up, don't I? Sorry, I keep forgetting that you can't necessarily see at the bottom of the screen. There we go. So there's the front of the envelope, and let's pop this along the back. So I'm just rotating this round each time. And I know the perfect person that this birthday card is going to. Okay, Okay, so that's along the back of the envelope and the front. And then that's our finished card, and I'm going to add some bling. That's what I was going to do, wasn't it? Just to finish that off. Not that it needs it, to be honest. And I know we do have some petal pink bling and some fresh freesia. Oh, I could use the subtle opal rounds. Supple? Subtle. Even. Decisions. Too much choice in my bling box. And that's definitely not on. Oh, I could just use some plain rhinestones dotted around. I was going to put them on the flowers, but I don't actually want to cover up that little bit of yellow that I've added, so let's just dot some of these, 3 of these rhinestones on their own, like that. There we go. Okay. Right, so there is our finished first card, which is that one there. So I'm glad I've chosen that as a different set of colours. Now I did this one jaunty, as you can see, and I've done these 2 straight. Okay, so let's do one. I want to use the bird. So let's pop that one up there, and this has got the birds on it, but they're at an odd angle, so I think I might just use that. But let's stamp the bird and take it from there. So here's a piece of basic white. Just grab that bird stamp. Now I know that the bird stamp won't fit in this area here, so some of it's going to be cut off. Poor little chap. There we go. So I can have all of the bird, or a little bit of the bird and a bit of the floral. And let's grab early espresso. And I know that my early espresso is fairly light on ink, so I'm giving it a good amount of ink coverage. Obviously, if you've got a new ink pad, you don't need to do as much as that. Okay. Okay, so there's our bird and the flowers and the leaves. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Or not. It's gone. So what I could do, I think actually, is put this on this green layer, because this would be in keeping, wouldn't it? So let's do just a little bit of colouring, and I think I'm just going to go for just a little bit of crumb cake for the bird, maybe a little bit of blue. I'm not very good on bird colours. So let's just get, mind you, it does look a little bit like a budgie, I have to say. But let's just give them a little bit of blue here. That's light balmy blue. And this is light crumb cake. Definitely need the glasses off for this. Go. A little bit of blue in the feathers. Oops. That's nearly dried out. It does get to the point where the tips can dry. Let me just grab. This one is like seaside spray. Which is a slightly different blue. Okay, let's go for it. Add a little bit of dark crumb cake over the feather line here. There we are. Just blending that in a little bit. There we go. Will do, and just have that little bit on there of the branch. There we go. Now I'm not quite sure what to do with my flowers. What I might do is just add a little hint of green. I just don't want to introduce too many more colours. So this is just a little bit of soft sea foam, our lightest green. Okay. Let's punch this out and see what it looks like. So I'm using the slightly smaller, this is 2-inch circular punch. So the question is, do we want all of the bird or all of the flowers and a bit of the bird? Let's go for that. Okay, and I wonder if I might put an early espresso layer behind, if I've got one. Or I could pick out that garden green. Choices, or even black. So I can't see early espresso one to hand. Let's just have a quick look. I'm going to stick with the black. I'm beginning to regret adding that blue, so I might go over that with a little bit of the brown. Dark crumb cake. Let's have a look. Only because I've sort of introduced an extra colour there, which I don't really need. There we go. There we are. I think we got away with that. Okay, and now I think I'm going to bring in a little granny apple green, just to bring this all together. Completely changed the colours halfway through. Hey ho. So I'm leaving some white around the edge of this flower so that it sort of ties in with that backing a little bit more. I'll lift it up and show you because I know you can't really see that in detail as it stands. Let's pop it onto there. So hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Okay, so this is going to get layered up. Like so. I'm just working out which bit of that paper I want to cover. And I can't decide. Okay, there. Right, let's just layer these bits up quickly. Oh, thank you, Lynn. It was a bit of a mishmash, really, but it did the job. So let's pop this on here. And again, I was just putting the glue around the edges so it doesn't go through that hole on the back. And then I'm going to pop this flat and then pop the other piece up on dimensionals. Okay, and you could add a little bit more around the edges if you wanted to. You could add a little bit more of the flower image. And so I could do that and add a strip at the bottom, I think, or do that and add a smaller circle. Undecided. Either way, I can pop it onto the card, and I'm also going to stamp that lovely image on the envelope. So let me know if you have a preference as to which way I should layer that. So thanks for anybody who's joined me since I started. Let's put this layer on first and then decide really just whether it's portrait or landscape. Nothing more than that. So because this background is an all-over design, it's really not critical how that gets put together. So my gut feel is that way, with a little sentiment here, I think. So let's pop this on with dimensionals. So sorry it's gone on a bit longer than I intended this morning. It's just the way it goes, isn't it? It's like a sad face there. Okay. There we go. And on the envelope, let's pop that same image. So I have my piece of scrap here. And then we're done. So just positioning this off left of our envelope, like so. And I think just going to add those bits of flowers on the back. So just being careful to keep the bird off the end. Just a really nice image. It's very much a Jenny image, this. Outline flowers. So I'm not trying to only ink up this little corner, I am inking the whole, most part of that stamp. There we go, so that's the back of the envelope. Just want to add one in there. Just the tip of that flower. Okay, like so. And I think I'm going to do that on the inside as well. That this here, just because it's so pretty. And then we're done. So just early espresso, and I'm sorry if that's just out of your line of sight. Let's move this up out of the way. Okay, dispose of that. I think actually I might just leave that and put a sentiment inside when I need it. A bit of glue on there. There we go. I might put, oh bless you Susan, and I'm just finishing. Well, it's good that you have visitors. Just take it easy, don't overdo it. So that is the finished card for the second one. So we've stamped this little bit of detail on that backing paper, stamped the bird and the branch, and I've coloured that in with Granny Apple green pen just to tune it in together. That's the inside, and that's our envelope. Make a great man's card, in my opinion. And I know actually the perfect person to send that to. So Yeah, okay, that's good. And this was the earlier one that I did. This one here. Hope you have the best birthday using the Fresh Freesia papers. Again, just stamped and cut that out. Added that on the envelope. That's using the small flower. Thank you, Sylvia. And across the bottom there, got a little bit of ink on there. Might put another little flower on the top. So there we go. So thank you so much for joining us. Those were the cards we were creating at Coffee and Card on Friday and Monday of this week. So it'll be a new design for this week coming, sorry, last Friday, and it was only yesterday. And these were the ones that I did actually during the Coffee and Card session. And they're using our Friendly Hello stamp set and coordinating papers, which you can get for free with an order over £90. Okay, will do, Susan. I'm literally just off out to see somebody at 11 to drop something off, so I'll give you a call when I'm back if that's okay. And the set also comes with the coordinating 12 by 12 inch paper pack. I've cut it down for our purposes of Coffee and Card. But you can see how lovely these designs are. Some are with elements on them highlighted and some of them are left like that. And there's a mixture of patterns. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. Apologies, as I said, that I went on quite so long. That wasn't my intention. But I'm really pleased with the results, and I've got 2 cards for 2 very special people in my life. Thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday, here at 10 AM for our next live crafting session. Thank you so much. Bye for now.